Hey, what's up everyone? So this month I decided to switch things up for your guys' readings, right? So what we're going to be using this month is Tarot Mucha here. And we're also going to be using, instead of the Jesus cards that I normally use for your guys' readings, which I know you guys really like and you guys love, I decided to switch it up. So what we're going to use is Postcards from Spirit here by Colette Baron-Reid. These are great cards, guys. They're beautiful affirmations, and what they also, it's also crazy how they tie into the reading, you know? And they also have additional messages that you may need to hear from Spirit and just need to hear in general, you know? So instead of the Jesus cards, we're going to be using Postcards from Spirit here. Also, I want to introduce a new little series that I'm going to try out with you guys. It's called xLoveGistix, and it's your guys' love readings for the month. It's they're not really extended readings regarding you guys' monthly readings here on YouTube. What it is, it's just looking at your guys' relationships for that month, you know, regarding you and your partner or a person in question. You can even use it for family, for anything of the sort, you know. So for that, for this month, for xLoveGistix, right, we're going to be using the Golden Universal, and also we're going to be using Tarot Illuminati here as well. So like I said, just go ahead and check the description box. It's going to be under xLoveGistix. There's going to be a link there for it. That's what I'm planning on calling this series here. Just the logistics of your guys' love life and of what's kind of going on, you know, in case just that month or this month you guys are kind of going through some relationship issues and kind of, you know, things are a little bit weird. You guys can kind of check things out, and those are good for your sun, moon, and your rising. And I also do suggest also downloading and purchasing your partner or the other person in question, maybe their sun, moon, and rising as well. They're going to be on there for $3.99. So let me know how you guys like them regarding the logistics, and also how you guys like the postcards from Spirit as well. Let me know all in the comments section, okay? So yeah, check the description box and you guys can go ahead and get a direct, there'll be a direct link there regarding your guys' readings for this month for May. Just as a reminder, guys, you know, they're general readings, so please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and never ever force anything regarding your guys' situations. Always remember, you know, that God will be with you throughout every single trial, tribulation, and error, but in the end, guys, you know, it's ultimately your decision to allow His involvement. So let's go ahead and bless the decks, and then we'll get started on your guys' readings for this month for May, okay? Father God, I open all channels of light, north, south, east, and west. High councils who serve the law of one, holy pure ones, please anchor this space now in your divine consecration to provide every single zodiac sign with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant and are intended to be this month. Hey Sag, what's going on? Okay, before we get into your reading this month, let me go ahead and give you some astrology for the month of May, or for this month of May. Alrighty, so Sagittarius, home, family, and psychological health may take precedence over career and goals this month. Personal ambitions and interests of others may require equal attending to. However, this may prove that social activities will be more enjoyable, or may be more enjoyable for you this month. Also on May 29th of this year, we have a full moon coming up in your sign. We'll go ahead and discuss more of that as time prevails and as the time comes up. All right, Sag? Okay, so in terms of traditional tarot, we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Swords, the Hangman reversed, Three of Pentacles reversed, and the Seven of Cups reversed. Here's your spirit card for this spread. I haven't seen the card yet, but we're going to flip it over at the end and we'll see what it says, okay? All right, Sag. I'm initially picking up that there's something here that involves not trusting yourself. And I feel as though that it's because of a person, place, or thing or situation that has transpired for you. it's almost as if you made the decision as well to cut the crap out of your life. But I'm feeling like it wasn't something easy to do, and it wasn't something that you wanted to do. But you saw that there were situations that have transpired for you that kind of, I hate to use the word forced, because I don't believe that, we're forced to really do anything, but it's more of you were put in the position to have to do that. And you also kind of, there's an element here of realizing that you no longer wanted to sacrifice for a person, place, or thing or relationship any longer, because it left you maybe feeling like your decisions were made for you. I'm not sure why I'm picking that up. But this situation has you really feeling as though like you're missing a piece of you. You're missing something of you during this time. You don't really feel like you want to sacrifice for anyone or anything any longer. And you try to be as diplomatic as possible, or as you could have been during this process. But you were once confused about what to do about this process, or you were confused at one time throughout this process. And I want to say it was like a moment of clarity where you were just like, you know what, I'm done. I'm no longer confused. Or okay, I just picked up choosing to be confused for, choosing to be confused for the betterment of the situation. Now, when I say that, it's more of lack of acknowledgement of what was instead of what is, but now you've come out of that period. There's an element here too of kind of not trusting spirit, not trusting the process of things, not trusting God, not trusting the process of what's to come. It's like you're not holding back any longer. I also feel that you feel like you wasted your time. Yeah, you feel like you wasted your time on something, and you now are kind of like making the decision to kind of say, you know what, I'm no longer going to put myself in this position where I'm wasting my time, and where, yeah, something about you want to avoid existential crisis. And we know that that's not possible, Sag. We can't completely avoid all types of precarious situations that are out of our control. I mean, that are in our environment. That's just never gonna happen, But there's something here where you're like beating yourself up for it. It's almost like I see something coming, like in terms of your words are starting to like, okay, you've come up with, or you've come to this conclusion to completely kind of cut the crap out of your life, to push situations or people aside that no longer serve you. And then what's gonna kind of, what I see you doing is like cutting good situations out of your life that through displacement. There we go. Through displacement of the situation. Okay, I kind of feel, Sajik, I'm a little bit, my words are kind of like stagnant. They're kind of jumping all over the place. I feel like when I say something, I'm kind of being cut off, and like my channel is being cut off. It's very strange. And I'm interpreting this right now as being unknown confusion. Like, sort of, like, I'm not saying to not kind of trust in your decisions, but I feel like that's why I think I started off the reading, or your reading, with saying I feel like there's not trusting yourself. And I'm also feeling like you're making decisions right now from maybe a place of hurt and a place of fear. So therefore, you may kind of just, you're running with that. So it's kind of like, okay, cut this out, cut this out, cut this out, cut this out. And it's almost like if you're kind of cutting a lot of people or situations out of your life. And if they don't serve you, that's good. But I feel as though that through this fear and through this confusion, you may cut what is good for you out of your life because of it. That makes sense. It's something to that effect. And how I was tying it in with the confusion was that I feel like you don't really know this right now, but then as time goes on, when you see the end result of what you were doing, you may kind of realize like, damn, I should have never let that person go. I should never cut that out. I should have never done this. I should never, like, whoa, like, damn, why did I do that? You know? But I feel as though that this is something that, this is a lesson, I feel, for your soul's journey, something to that effect, I'm feeling. Because how I said at the beginning when I said maybe feeling like you don't want to sacrifice for other people or for situations any longer. I'm kind of feeling like you're going to see how your words have such a large impact maybe, or your thoughts have such a large impact that turns into degrading verbalization. Yeah. And then you're going to then kind of see and realize like, damn, I should have maybe waited around a little bit longer, maybe looked at the situation in a different perspective a little bit longer, or just in or out a different perspective to begin with. And then you would realize that the people who are there for you. There's something going on in terms of that type of duality. Yeah. And it's the end result I kind of feel too is like further not trusting yourself. There is a huge aspect here of not trusting yourself, not trusting your own decisions based upon your morals and your ethics. And there's a fear that it's coming from it or working within you that is coming outward. Okay, I just picked up that was from the past. It's the same kind of situation, just different context. And it's a real fear for you. So now you're pushing it away now. You're pushing other people's situations away now because the first time that it happened or that it came about, you didn't completely cope with it or learn to move past it. And I mean, it's interesting because the Queen of Swords, now let's not get caught up in, the signs. You could be maybe dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. That's all I really see here. I have that in your chart, Sun, Moon, and Rising. But I really just feel that, going back to what I was saying, but the Queen of Swords, let's not get caught up on sign or gender. It's a type of energy the card embodies and exhibits. The Queen of Swords is a person who has suffered a lot of pain, has suffered a lot of loss, who has suffered a lot of viable opportunities and situations that kind of just didn't go their way. So then this person exhibits this type of no bullshit mentality and kind of rids themselves of emotion to get to the truth, which is good because at the same time, the Queen of Swords doesn't allow herself to get hurt because she's learned so many lessons, but at the same time, there's something here with fear involved. Interesting. Yeah, Sag. I feel like there is some type of uncertainty as well, but really a little bit more fear. I'm really picking up here. Okay, let's go ahead and flip over the spirit card and see what they have for you. All right. So it says, Dearest you, did you know that when you stop fighting and accept everything exactly as it is right now, miracles start to happen? There is a freedom in this kind of radical acceptance. Let go of unrealistic expectations and see things as they really are, not how you'd like them to be. You'll be surprised at how everything seems to fall into place. When you refuse to accept things, life gets messy, and you act messy, and your world stays in chaos, tension, and disarray. But don't try to force a change or manipulation, or try to manipulate circumstances. Instead, learn about what is in front of you and face it with your eyes fully open. Then you can decide if you like to stay or go, sink or swim, move or stay still. Acceptance is the key to freedom and opens the door to the real opportunities waiting to be discovered. Set yourself and others free. Loving you so much, always and forever. Yeah, cutting the situations out, making the decision. I believe that that's why the Seven of Swords is reversed here. Using the Seven of Swords is, I'm sorry, the Seven of Cups, I apologize. The Seven of Cups. When the Seven of Cups is reversed, it usually, to me, means maybe coming out of a period of being confused or no longer being confused, but it can also mean not making the right decision. Because when the Seven of Cups is upright, it just means that confusion, there's a lot of different decisions to make. You know, but reverse can mean, like I said, make it, or it can mean making the wrong decision. And also, it could also mean not making a decision at all. But I believe that it's time to cut the messiness out, you know, and stop fighting the process. But it's going to be determined upon how much you trust yourself or how well you trust yourself. Because I feel that right now you really don't. See, and there's an interesting complex too, Sag, because if you initially don't trust yourself, you won't put yourself in viable opportunities. But not just that, but if you don't trust yourself, and how can I say it? If you don't trust yourself, you may make the wrong decisions. And when you make the wrong decisions, when you make the wrong decisions because you don't trust yourself, and then it comes back to you in terms of it being the wrong decision, then you further don't trust yourself. You see what I'm saying? If you don't trust yourself initially, you possibly can make the wrong decisions, and therefore when they are wrong, if they present themselves as being wrong, you further won't trust yourself. And how do you get out of that cycle? Sometimes we just have to let things be the way that they are. And sometimes we have to just let things flow. And I feel as though that's kind of what needs to kind of happen during this time. Still, don't be completely, just don't let everything just kind of slide, you know? But when we stop fighting, Sag, like the Spirit card said, when we stop fighting, that's when we really see things for what they really are. Because we don't want to make choices and decisions from anger. There's no time to make choices from anger. Also, I forgot where I was at or who said this. I can't remember, but I just remember it. I just wanted to relay it to you. Sag, remember that when we're making a decision, always remember that when we're making a decision and when it actually happens, right? Or what transpires from it, in the mire of that, while you're dealing with it, don't look at it as negative, and don't make certain decisions during negative moments of your life, because then you'll, on a subconscious level, you interpret making decisions as being negative. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want any kind of predisposition to negativity when you make rash and brash decisions during negativity. There's a perception thing here going on. There's a perception aspect. But put your trust in Spirit, trust in God, and everything will follow suit accordingly. All right, Sag, that's your reading for May. We'll go ahead and see ya, and trust in yourself, okay? All right, we'll see ya.